So the brokers as a whole is extremely fucking suspect, bro. Like, they are the equivalent of what we all heard like a month ago from every single YouTube video you would watch. Oh, that's sus, bro. That's sus. Very sus. They are sus. If you listen to their conversations, right? Someone on Twitter actually mentioned this. They stood in Orgrimmar just listening to the conversations of the brokers. The brokers are talking about the Winter Queen and about the Primus and about the Archon and saying, yeah, should we tell them? No, they only really care about souls. For now, let's keep this to ourselves. They clearly know things that no one else fucking knows. Like, no one else has any idea what is going on, but they know things that they refuse to share with anyone else. Why are they there? What are they doing there? If you go to Oribos for the very first time, you hear from the servants of the Arbiter, the keepers of Oribos, so to speak, that they don't know if more mortals should come into Oribos. It's already pretty packed with the brokers streaming in. The only thing that would make this even more suspect to me is if we find out the brokers started streaming in the second the Arbiter went offline. That's when we'll know, right, something crazy is going on here. Now, there is something interesting, like Digit just said there. The brokers and the ethereals are almost the same. They're almost exactly the same. If you look at their architecture, you look at the items that they use. We did a video on that. That video is available to patrons, but it will go up probably on Tuesday, where we looked in depth at the ethereals and the brokers. They're almost the exact same species. Their architecture is the same. Their culture is the same. Their artwork is the same. Everything just looks very, very similar. And yet, we are told that the brokers come from somewhere deep within the Shadowlands. Their realm is in the Shadowlands somewhere. No one really knows. And they're streaming into Oribos for some strange reason. Not only that, but even Venari tells us that we're not allowed to tell anyone that we're doing business with her. And I don't know how many of you have already gotten the broker that runs up to you at some point. It's after you finished all of the zones. You get to the Ring of Transference where the flight path is, and then this broker runs up to you and he starts asking you all of these really suspect questions about Venari and if you've met Venari. And then you remember that you're not allowed to talk about Venari, so you sort of act as if you have no fucking clue who Venari is, but that broker clearly knows that you're lying. Right? He just goes along with it. Yeah, it's based if you don't tell people that you don't trust. Venari also seems to be very big on deals. Favors for favors, right? She does something for you. She's very happy that you'll do something for her later on. She knows more about the Maw, clearly knows more about the Maw than what she's letting on, right? Even though she sort of just she acts dumb, but then whenever something happens, she clearly knows that was going to happen, right? She waits for you to bring her stuff, and then she knows exactly what they are. She's the one that you take the secrets to as well, right? You take the secrets of the Maw to Venari, and she then gives you Stygia for the secrets that you gather. Why is the broker so obsessed with how everything works? Why is this like the thing that they do? So, are the brokers our enemies? I don't know. Right now, they seem to be extremely impartial. They don't seem to follow a single cosmological force. They also don't appear to be in it for any... And this is going to sound weird because everything they do is for personal gain. But what I mean by personal gain is it doesn't appear as if they're doing this in order to control the universe. It feels far more as if they're... they just want the profit from it. They are just collecting secrets. That's what they do. Right? It's also interesting that it is a broker that controls the Great Vault. Andre, thank you so much for joining the Fat Fuckers Club, dude. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right? They control the Great Vault. In other words, everything they do is about collecting secrets, trading in secrets. They won't give you something if you don't have something to return. So they are called brokers, and that's sort of what brokers do. But I think they're brokers of information. That is first and foremost what they do. They function as brokers of information. They know more, far more than what they're letting on. And who knows? In fact, I would hope that one of the zones that we visit might be their world. Or at least the world that they come from within the Shadowlands. I believe we started talking about this because someone asked if they're the enemy. If Venari and the other brokers are going to become enemies. As I said, I don't think so. They don't seem to be in this for absolute control. They are far more interested in information. What's even more interesting is if you do the other side dungeon, you learn that there are brokers that have deals with Loa, right? In order to gain even more power, they make these deals with Loa. And it's like, but why? So clearly they play a game that very few of us can fathom. They don't seem to be playing the game of the cosmos. Is information so important to them if that information is not being used to control the cosmos? There's a disconnect there that I genuinely don't know what the answer is to that. I wish I had the answer, because I think that may be instrumental in finding out where World of Warcraft as a story is going. But right now, I genuinely don't have that answer. Does anyone in chat have that answer? Can anyone provide that answer? I'd love to fucking get some answers on this.